Hello once again, people. As usual for deathmatch-based levels, we're kind of flying through it. Yeah, like I said, that should be expected because really all we do is look at geometry, appreciate it, move on to the next. And usually because they're relatively short missions, they can usually be done the entire video in like about 12 minutes or so. Which definitely feels very, very different from when you have to replay and die or do other things, and the video ends up taking over an hour or so. Yeah, there's a big difference between single player and multiplayer levels. So yeah, with that in mind, that means that we're getting pretty far into Aftershock already. As weird as that is to say, because we're right around the corner from being able to check out new stuff. Like I said, we're very close to hitting the standalone levels, which I have not officially completed. So there's going to be some stuff in there that's blind. Most of it, I believe, I've completed, so it will be like a good majority of stuff I recognize. With some stuff I do not. I'll be sure to like update the Wikia with the stuff I have not, and we'll try and get everything all squared away, so that way we can actually say we finally seen all of Aftershock, and actually move forward with that in mind. Anyway, I really think that's pretty good enough to cover all that. Anyway, we're checking out DMAS09. Yes, we're already 9 levels into the whole deathmatch sequence. For some reason, it really feels like the last few have been really fast because we haven't had to shoot anything, do anything, and the levels have been pretty short, to be honest. Really, like, empty and barren, but at the same time short. It's a really weird feeling and hard to describe in both ways unless you see it, but it really is kind of both. Anyway, now we're checking out water transport, which, as you can kind of figure, is something involving water. And oddly enough, even based on the name, it's pretty much a water elevator from Dark Hour. Yeah, like, you can almost blatantly see this is going to be something involving a water elevator. But it's not a water elevator. There's no official point where they call this water elevator. And because there's no official terminology of water elevator is still exclusive to Dark Hour. Yeah, it's a weird technicality. It really is. Unofficially, there are water elevators that we'll see quite a few times in Aftershock. So Dark Hour isn't too original with that, I guess you could say, but Dark Hour is original in the fact that it was officially named in the abstractions level. So yeah, because abstractions said water elevators, that basically caused the whole new terminology and basically meant it was an official hazard. While in all these levels, nobody says it like that. Nobody actually clarifies that. And so therefore, we just have it as a thing. It's basically water that's vertical, or whatever I called it in my walkthroughs. Yeah, just go up the water. But yeah, usually it's just water instead of water elevator, because a water elevator is something that's officially described. So yeah, unofficially, there's water elevators, but officially there's not. Plus, the water elevator did have like different concepts to it. Like, if you remember Dark Hour, there was a big difference between blue water elevators and brown water elevators. They each had their own design purposes, and so therefore, it's kind of like certain design principles as well as the fact that mattered that it was a water elevator. For example, a brown one was like wide, and a blue one was narrow, and had to be like a perfect cube. So yeah, it's really, really weird stuff that definitely probably isn't like the biggest deals. For all intents and purposes, you really could say anything you see is really a water elevator, but in all honesty, it's not, because it never was officially called such in Aftershock. So yeah, hooray for technicalities! And yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to explain this. Between this and between DMAS09, you may get a bit of an idea of how exactly I kind of do things on the Wikia. Basically, hazards are on a name basis. If something is officially called something, say like a custom message appears, something like that, that's when it officially gets its own little page and is considered its own little thing. Because at that point, it's considered an official object of the level because it's suddenly a named entity. It's something that's been officially defined by the level to be an object. While before, it's just something that you interact with in the level that may or may not be something that's really that important. It's a very minor technicality. And like I said, it's not the biggest of things at all, but it's something that really we should keep in mind going forward to know the difference between the two and why exactly I'll do, like, sometimes I'll put it on, like, the level theme page if it's, like, a very minimal change, like bars that are gold, because the functionality is slightly different, but all in all, it's never a named entity and really officially called anything. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. So yeah, very important little minimal technicalities, but always important to remember when going forward with these levels. And that's also why, like, the exit teleporters in Aftershock don't have a name, but, like, the exit platform has a name. It's just because of, once again, technicalities, never having it mentioned, stuff like that. It's all a matter of seeing exactly what context was used, what textual things were actually said, and base it all off that. So, there we are. Anyway, like I said, this is water transport, so water elevator. You want the water elevator, here's a fake water elevator. Because it's not for Dark Hour, that's really all it is. Yep, you want water elevators, you better buy Dark Hour, because Aftershock doesn't have it, except this one that looks exactly like one. Amazing, right? Hooray for commercialism! Yeah! Water transport, here we are. Look at the pretty water elevator transport thing. And I just randomly picked up some shells. Hooray! I totally blended into that. It's a biosuit, that'll be useful. And a bunch of shells. 1 second, people. I tried, like... I thought my game sounded a little bit soft earlier, and I'm thinking it's almost too loud. So I think I'm just gonna modify my sound here and make sure it's, like, fixed up. Because I was kind of foolish and had to crank it. Be like, yeah, it's too loud. Well, too soft. You know what I'm trying to say? No, you probably don't, but that's okay. Okay, there we are. Alright, so now I've fixed up. Now I'm not going to go deaf over here. Very important not to go deaf while trying to record a Let's Play video. Yeah, that sounds better. Very minimal difference, but at the same time different enough that it doesn't cause pain to my ears. Yeah, here's the waterway. Look at that. Freaking water everywhere. Hooray. Amazing, right? Okay, so this area is just filled with shells and the double-barreled shotgun. Pick up the biosuit, and you start going swimming. And you can see this weird little anomaly here. This weird little brick thing. Like, what is this about? Everywhere else is, like, walled in, but, like, these two little areas here are, like, sticking out. Hooray! And it's actually, like, pretty consistent with it sticking out, too. Look at that. Anyway, here's some shiny armor. And even shinier rocket launcher. Oh, God, this is probably a bad idea. We might want to get back up. We might want to not die. Okay. We didn't die. This is a start. Now, one problem is, I kind of want to explore down there, but we're not going to be able to do such while we don't have a biosuit. Just because a biosuit's going to keep me alive while I swim down there. So let's go up. Hooray for a totally useless platform. What an amazing useless platform. I could swim on this and it does nothing. Oh look, another floor. I couldn't even really tell it was another floor until I kind of just swam out here. Look at all the extra little rockets. There's like no other purpose to be in here. Just pick up 4 rockets and congratulations, you did the entire floor. Oh, look, a nail gun. That will help me actually not die. Okie dokie, what's up here? Here's like the top of the water elevator. And up here, we have all the resources in the level you've been looking for, including your armor, your super nail gun, your grenade launcher. Look at that. You want weapons? We got them. We throw them at you in ridiculous numbers. Now, where is the Thunderbolt when you need it? It's a random double-barreled shotgun. That doesn't really help me. I was looking for the Thunderbolt game. Game? I don't see a Thunderbolt. I find this problematic. How can I play this game without a Thunderbolt? There's obviously a Thunderbolt here. It's just hidden from me. So I obviously need to hunt around like a maniac to find the Thunderbolt. Because obviously that's the only thing we can do in these circumstances. Biosuit. Yep. Biosuit assemble! And down here we have a rocket launcher. Amazing, right? Can we like swim out here? Yes we can, look at that. We can get some nails. Nails everywhere. Yeah, see that's the thing actually. The little flooring pieces actually denote a different floor. So see, there was actually a convenience to them. There was a reason they had to exist. If they didn't do that, you would know, now would you? And you'd be left in ignorant. An ignoramus. Confused about what's going on, or why your name is Lenny now. So yeah, really it's 3 floors. We kind of made it through there. We have this rocket launcher there, and below that, it's really the only other thing of interest. The end is near! Where did we see that before? Whee! And you can fall into the hole. And that's the entire play level. So something gives me the feeling this was made by the same guy who made the last level because of the end is near. Might not, but you know, he pretty blatantly said the end is near in both of them. That pretty much points to being the same guy. Like, we've kind of already seen this in 2 levels. I don't think I really have to argue too much with you guys not believing it. So yeah, the interesting thing to note, there is no, whatchamacallit, there is no actual Thunderbolt in this level. That's interesting to note. Last level we didn't have a super nail gun, now we don't have a Thunderbolt. He's ripping me off on guns! But developer, he's not even giving me all the guns he should be giving me. Anyway, as you see, this level is really simple. It's really just swim up, swim down. It's kind of expected that you'll fight in the middle water area. And that's pretty much it. This time around, you can't really say the overpowered area is the bottom because the armor's at the very top and you have a bunch of guns up there that could be pretty useful. But honestly, if you get up there, couldn't you just like spam everyone with grenades, everything just right down? Maybe it's just me, but it seems a little bit overpowered again. But there is still the idea that it's still very empty. Like, every floor was pretty empty besides the second one. Because of the biosuit double-barreled shotgun. The other floors just were totally empty besides ammo. That was like the whole purpose of going to those 2 floors was to get ammo. And the denotations were alright, but they were really not the clearest. It really kind of felt random and hodgepodged. So yeah, not the greatest. Anyway, thank you very much all for watching. You should be used to me kind of flying through these quickly, and I shall see you all next time.